stations. This is W1HQL for the W4 SVI Everglades Amateur Radio Club Net. I just want to get a quick radio check first. If there's anybody on frequency, just give me an audio check, signal check, please.
It's a little pinch there, Steve, but copyable.
Okay. Hey, you're coming in full quieting also. Thanks. Thanks, Bill. All right, let me get the net on the roll here. We've changed up the format a little bit. We're gonna try out that experiment and get the folks that are tuning in familiar with the IS 100 course. Those that are interested in Aries operations. So we'll spend the first 15 minutes of the net gathering the crowd, taking check-ins, and giving you some quick news items that we have from the week, and then we'll move on to the experiment of attempting to get folks familiar with the IS course so that they can test and pass and end up being an active member of Aries. All right, with that, this is W1HQL. I'll be acting as your net control for the W4 SVI Everglades Amateur Radio Club Weekly Informational Net. The purpose of this net is to gather club members and other amateur radio operators, talk about ham-related information, get on the air chat, and have a good time. You don't need to be a member of the club to check into the net, and as you know, this net operates at 7:30 p.m. every Tuesday evening, and moving forward, it'll be on this repeater, the 444-800 repeater, and as always, we'll yield the net and the frequency to emergency or priority traffic at any time if needed. Our club, the EARC, or Everglades Amateur Radio Club, is an ARRL Special Services Club. We offer ham licensing, testing, yearly field day operations, and other ham-related activities. Our club is associated with the City of Homestead's Emergency Operations Center, the American Red Cross, Miami-Dade Races Aries, and will assist in communications support. Club meetings occur the second Friday of each month at 7 o'clock p.m. at the John D. Campbell Agricultural Center, and that is located at 18710 Southwest 288th Street. All right, I've taken up most of your precious time, so let's start taking some check-ins, and then we'll continue on with the net.
Alpha, Kilo, 4, Fox, uniform, this is Frank in West Kendall. I have no traffic, Steve.
Kilo 4, Hotel Oscar Romeo, that's K4HOR, Michael, Obalaka, and I have some traffic. Golf 2, Charlie Sierra, Bill and Homestead with a relay.
Acknowledging Alpha, Kilo 4, Fox Uniform Club Vice President, and quick query. Frank, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great, man. Healing up quick. No pain. No issues. Doing great.
All right, excellent news. All right, glad to hear that. Okay, K4HOR, I know you have traffic. I'm going to take that relay from KG2CS, our club secretary. Bill, go ahead.
All right, great to hear you in there, Michael. Frank, glad to hear you on the men. I'd like to relay in Margarita, Kilo 4, Charlie Victor Whiskey, no traffic. Thanks, Steve.
Roger, acknowledging Kilo 4, Charlie Victor Whiskey. Thank you. Folks, you stand by for a second. I am looking for a pen that works. Jeez Louise.
Don't you have a computer?
Yeah, I do, but I need to have a pen as a backup.
Hey, Steve, you called for my traffic or not? I don't remember. I was sitting there talking to those guys over there.
All right, go ahead with your traffic, Mike. While I'm searching for a pen that works. I'm on my fourth pen right now. What the heck is going on here?
You gotta keep on scribbling, you know what I mean? To get it working, you gotta slap it, beat it up a little bit.
Beat it up, man. The lighter, light up the tip.
I'll put it up to the radio. That should be drawing enough heat.
I found one that's marginal. It skips a bit. And these 4 are going into the trash right now. Jeez Louise. All right, Mikey, what you got for us?
Oh, yeah, supposed to be giving traffic.
Oh, yeah, so, see, thanks for telling me that the net was over here. I, completely didn't actually know. Good evening, folks. It's K4HR. The VP of the North State Amateur Radio Club Net in Vadiana. Come check us out every Thursday at 7 p.m. That's 1900 hours on this very same repeater, or repeater, which I don't know if it's male or female. At 7 p.m. and we will start our repeater exercise, summer repeater exercise, right after the net. So I'll take a random repeater and we'll see if who can hear it. If you want to participate, just come on by, 7 p.m. That's 1900 hours, 44800 Thursday night. And that's all I got. Thanks, Steve.
Hey, copy that, Mike. All right, folks. Let's take a couple more check-ins, and we'll go with our first important news item.
Yes. Whiskey Alpha 4, Victor, India, Sierra, Tony, located in Biscayne Park, no traffic.
Kilo Golf 4, Oscar, X-ray Oscar, Jaime, Olympia Heights, no traffic.
Kilo November 4, Sierra Lima Lima, West Kendall, no traffic.
Kilo India 4, Victor, Echo Yankee, Lewis, West Dade, I do have some traffic, Steve.
Okay, Lewis, stand by. I'm just going to acknowledge Whiskey Alpha 4, Victor India, Sierra, Kilo Golf 4, Oscar, X-ray Oscar, Kilo November 4, Sierra Lima Lima. And while Kilo November 4, Sierra Lima Lima was calling in, there was a double there. There was another station. Come now.
Did you get Whiskey Alpha 4, Victor, India, Sierra?
I acknowledge you. I got you, Tony. But there was a double while Kim was checking in, and I didn't copy that call sign. There's a station out there that I missed. Come now. Nothing heard. Lewis, go ahead.
Yeah, Steve, I have some check-ins, mostly people that have to program their radios and or cannot reach the repeaters. Let me know when you're ready.
Stand by for a moment. Okay, I'm ready. Go ahead, Lewis.
Okay, the first one is Kilo Bravo 4, Papa Hotel, Valeriano, with a V as in Victor, Valeriano. Kilo Bravo 4, Papa Hotel. The second one is Kilo Charlie 4, Charlie Sierra Kilo, KC4 CSK, Kilo Charlie 4, Charlie Sierra Kilo, Eddie, break. Number 3 is Kilo November 4, Lima Tango Zulu, Kilo November 4, Lima Tango Zulu, Julian. Number 4 is Kilo Papa 4, Kilo Delta, Kilo Papa 4, Kilo Delta, Eric, down in the Keys. And the last two are Whiskey 4, Alpha Sierra, Whiskey 4, Alpha Sierra, Alberto, and Whiskey 4, Lima Charlie Mike, Whiskey 4, Lima Charlie Mike, Ramon.
I've got, let's see, Kilo Bravo 4, Papa Hotel, Kilo Charlie 4, Charlie Sierra Kilo, Kilo November 4, Lima Tango Zulu, Kilo Papa 4, Kilo Delta, Whiskey 4, Alpha Sierra, and Whiskey 4, Lima Charlie Mike.
Correct, Steve. Thank you very much. 73.
17, thank you. Okay, as you folks have been hearing, there is a update in the Florida state statutes regarding the Florida ban on texting while driving. And you know the intent of that is to improve roadway safety for all vehicle operators, vehicle passengers, bicyclists, pedestrians, and other road users, blah, 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 blah. Bottom line is we cannot use our amateur radios while we're driving unless we are calling in something that has to do with an emergency or life safety. So bottom line, again, you need to go into the 316.305 regarding wireless communication devices and read it thoroughly. It does not cover us utilizing a handheld microphone unless we are a law enforcement officer, a fire service professional, or an emergency medical services professional in the line of duty. If we got a officer out there that is cares to pull you over and can prove that you were using a microphone for other than emergency purposes, then you may be cited. Well, actually, you'll be warned, and I think the warnings will be going on for the remainder of 2019, and the law, I believe, takes effect 2020, if I got that correct. But in any event, you read it, and you can see that you can receive messages, but you can't transmit them. So anything that's related to operation or navigation of a motor vehicle, anything that's safety-related information, including emergency traffic or weather alerts, or data used primarily by the motor vehicle, or radio broadcasts. So if you're reading your phone because you're getting a safety message and you get into an accident, I wonder what they're going to do, if they're going to cite you or not. Interesting thing is, I got law enforcement officers, fire service professionals, and EMS folks with laptops built into their vehicles while they're driving. I don't know if there's special training out there that maybe they're issued a third eye or something. I don't know, but I'm being sarcastic with that. But apparently, if you're involved in law enforcement or any kind of emergency services, you're exempt from that.
India 4, Victor Echo Yankee, reference.
Yeah, go ahead, Louis. Thanks.
Yeah, listen, I drive a police truck on my daily patrols, and I do have a police radio, and I do have a laptop that I use. However, we can use our radios in case we're raised. We have to answer our police radios. However, just like any other civilian, we are not exempt from the law in terms of the phone and in terms of the laptop. Whenever I use my laptop, I'm supposed to pull over to the side of the road. I do sometimes make a quick entry if I'm at a red light. Other than that, negative. And we're not supposed to use the phone if we're driving. Now, when it comes to ham radio operators, I'm going to have to read the law again, Steve, but I disagree with you in that respect. I think we are not part of the law. The law specifically states entering or texting on the phone.
I got it in front of me. The one previous to this actually had a couple of sentences in the paragraph B of that section 3, and and it addressed using for lack of a better term, a microphone. Now they've changed it, and go ahead, take a review it, and and it also exempts you as a police officer in the line of duty. You're exempt completely from operating your vehicle and utilizing wireless communication devices.
IJQ reference. Yeah, the county prohibits us from using a cell phone or a laptop in the vehicle. I don't think it's that law. It's a county rule. If he's a county cop, I don't know.
No, it works for a city, but that's interesting. So the county, on their own, they're prohibiting that, which is good, because I remember we did the same thing with the ambulance service. We didn't allow employees to even read pagers, and their phones. They weren't allowed to use phones, and only the microphone, and that was it.
Yeah, when I got my county vehicle, they were very adamant that county rules prohibit any kind of phone use while in the vehicle, or while the vehicle's in motion.
Yeah, it's a good reg, though. It's a good reg, because there's so much going on during emergency call, and I've seen it. I'm guilty. I can remember being on the phone and trying to get directions or looking at the GPS or whatever, and there's been some close calls because of that. It certainly is a distraction. other comments regarding that law?
4KKC, checking in, Pembroke Pines.
Okay, got you a line. Thanks for checking him in. Got you in the log now. All right, let's see. What else do I have here? All right, we've gone the 15 minutes. Let's take a couple more check-ins, and then let's experiment with getting you familiar with the IS 100C, which is the new version. There was obviously a 100, then an A and B, and now it's been rewritten, and now there is the IS 100C. So we'll review that, and we'll start laying out the context of what we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks, and hopefully we'll get some folks certified or get prepared to be certified. We probably, what we'll be doing is doing a one-day course, most likely on a Saturday over at the club, and get you officially certified, at least in the ICS 100, and then we'll move on to the 700B, which is the next one in line. So is there anybody out there that's interested in becoming, getting a certification, their FEMA certification for the Incident Command System at the first level, just being familiar with it, with the IS 100?
Okay, for sure. Go ahead, Steve.
All right, cool, good. At least we got a couple out there that are interested. Basically what the 100 is, it's an introduction to the Incident Command System, ICS being Incident Command System. And it's for anyone that's involved in incident management. So anything that were to happen, a disaster, a large-scale event, it doesn't even have to be a disaster. Think of, for example, a bike race. Folks that coordinate those events, those large events, most commonly use some form of an incident command system. And this course will introduce you to that. And it's a national standard. Actually, it's a worldwide standard, but we call it a national standard. And it's going to promote effective response by familiarizing you with how the ICS works and the NIMS principles. NIMS is the National Incident Management System. We'll talk more about that later. But it's going to prepare you to coordinate with response partners from all levels of government and the private sector. Let me break.
Question.
Do I have a check-in?
Question. How do you take the course? Is it an online course, WA4 the IS?
Yep, it is. You can take it online, or you can take it in the classroom setting. Either way. If you want to take it online, you just need to go over to the easiest way is just type in training.fema.gov. All right, training.fema.gov, and it'll take you to a very proactive website, and you'll be able to take the course, and you'll also be issued a FEMA ID number. So make sure that you do that first. It'll prompt you when it comes time to take the test. There's a short test at the very end. And you'll need a FEMA ID number, a student ID number. And you'll just apply for one at that time. And then you'll use that number for the remainder of the courses should you be interested in taking additional courses.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm interested.
All right, excellent.
I'll check in, Kilo 4 Zulu, Romeo Hotel, Steve, West Kendall, no traffic.
That was Kilo 4 Romeo Zulu Hotel, correct?
It's Kilo 4 Zulu, Romeo Hotel, Kilo 4 Zulu, Romeo Hotel, Steve, and West Kendall, no traffic.
Kilo Mike 4 November, Alpha Yankee, Palm and Palmetto Bay, no traffic, and I'm also interested in the class.
All right, Tom, got you. Steve, I got you down. I corrected that call sign. There was a double on Tom's last transmission. So I did copy a Kilo Mike 4 November Alpha Yankee. The other station, go.
Good afternoon, Steve. This is Kilo November 4 Delta Hotel Whiskey, David in Doral, no traffic.
All right, Kilo November 4 Delta Hotel Whiskey. We got you, Dave. Thanks.
India, Juliet, Quebec. Miami International, no traffic.
All right, the India Juliet MIA. Say again, you came in broken.
Kilo India 4, India, Juliet, Quebec. At MIA, no traffic.
All right, Frank, got you down, thanks. Was there another station in there trying to check in?
Kilo 4, Uniform Tango Lima, Ron, South Miami, no traffic.
All right, Ron, we got you. Kilo 4, Uniform Tango Lima, got you down, thanks. Right, so, the overall course objectives, we're going to basically explain the principles and the basic structure of the incident command system. We're also going to describe what the NIMS management characteristics that basically are the foundation of the incident command system. We're going to talk about the command system's functional areas and roles of the incident commander and the command staff. So you need to understand that hierarchy in order for this whole system to work. We're also going to describe the general staff roles within the incident command system, and then we'll also identify how the National Incident Management System's management characteristics apply to the ICS. So it's a guideline, okay? That's what this is. It's a guideline on how to manage an event or an incident. This course can be taken online. You go to training.fema.gov, and that'll take you to the EMI website, and you can click on the IS 100C, and you go through a self-paced course. If you find that too boring, you don't have the time, and you want to do something on the weekend, we will be scheduling something over at the Everglades Amateur Radio Club on a weekend to get you certified, so you don't have to do this thing online. It's about a 6-hour course. Depending on the audience, it can be trimmed down. A smaller class, you can usually cut the time down, but it's officially a 6-hour course. All right, and basically we start, what we need you to understand is that we're a community, and as a part of society, it's human nature to be involved in preparing and protecting, responding to and recovering from, and also mitigating any and all incidents. It's just a natural thing that we do. It's because we care. And part of the federal government is, the federal government is only one part of that whole community. The whole community, was started at the bottom of the pyramid, or let's tip over let's do an upside down pyramid. We start out with the individual, and then we have family, neighbors, our community, our employers. So there's so many components involved with transportation, agricultural, state governments, local governments, law enforcement. There are faith-based groups. The organization or that community really spreads out. And in times of disaster, we all come together, and it needs to be done in an organized fashion, and that's where this incident command system comes in and how ICS works to help everyone involved. And so far, any questions or comments? Quickly explain what the incident command system is all about. We'll run the net over a few more minutes, and then we'll call it quits, and I'd like to take some comments or suggestions on whoever's listening right now as far as how we would like to proceed. If you would prefer doing this online, or you prefer trying it week by week during the Tuesday night net, and in combination with our classroom setting. So let me break just for a moment and see if we have any additional check-ins, and then we'll wrap up with what is the incident command system.
Hey Steve, this is Kilo November 4, Romeo Golf, Fox, Eric, and Kendall, no traffic.
Okay, I copied the Kilo November 4, Romeo Golf. I didn't get that last mnemonic.
Last one is Fox, Fox.
It came in scratchy. You got to hit me again.
Fox.
figure it out. Give me the whole call sign again.
November 4th, Romeo Golf Fox.
Somebody help me out. Listen, it's not you, it's me. I got the lousiest hearing, and I have a hard time distinguishing tones and things like that. So it isn't you. Anybody out there help me out?
K4HR.
Hey, Mike.
Kilo November 4. Oh, hell, I forgot the rest of it. Something Fox. Give me your call sign again, cuz.
November 4th, Romeo Golf Fox.
Alright, roger that. Romeo Golf Fox. Romeo Golf Fox. You got it?
I got it now. Eric, sorry about that, man. I just couldn't make out that letter. I just couldn't do it. Thanks for the assist. All right, the incident command system, as I mentioned earlier, is a standardized approach to incident management that is used for all kinds of incidents by all types of organizations and at all levels of government. ICS is applicable to small incidents as well as large and complex ones. It can be used not only for emergencies, but also for planned events. I mean, we got the Super Bowl coming up. We already had a meeting last week, last week, regarding the Super Bowl, and they are using the incident command system to organize all the different agencies that are going to be involved with coordinating that event. It enables a coordinated response among various jurisdictions and agencies. Again, Super Bowl. You got the FBI, you got Homeland Security, multiple local police departments, including Miami Beach. You've got, multiple jurisdictions that are involved in a large event like that. As with a disaster that could happen right on the Dade-Broward line, if you just think about it. It also establishes common processes for incident-level planning and resource management. Again, standardization in the processes for obtaining resources. And it allows for the integration of resources such as facilities, equipment, personnel, and organize all that within one common organizational structure. So an incident takes on its own, I don't want to use the word personality, it becomes its own entity, and then everyone else that's around that entity supports that incident through the incident command system. It basically was developed back in the 70s when California was burning down, when they had all those raging fires out there. It ran into the millions. Many people died or were injured, and it's covering huge areas. So they needed to have a better way of organizing all the resources and taking care of the personnel, the firefighters, and all the support agencies that were involved in that. So it evolved out of those fires that occurred back in the 1970s. Even go back probably before that. There was a system, we called it the wagon wheel. It was a method of incident command that was adopted by the fire department. Not too many people remember that, but they used the wagon wheel, where the core of the wagon wheel was the incident command, and then you had all the spokes, if you would, that connected into that incident command, and each spoke was a different agency or a different position or what have you. And that was, going back into the 60s. I remember that very well. Of course, it can be used to manage, again, any type of incidents. The examples, the Olympics, governor's inauguration, they used that when Obama was inaugurated. State fairs, local parades, anything like that. We use it when we have the race down here in Homestead. And, of course, like I mentioned, the Super Bowl, that'll be coming up in 2020, I believe. That one will be, they've already implemented the ICS with that one. In order to understand the system better, we will be going over additional information next week. At least that was giving you a quick overview of what the the incident command system is all about. It's just a good tool to organize, and it's very flexible. So what I would recommend you going online and reviewing the course if you want, and then please offer any comments or suggestions at this point. We can continue this each week for about 15 minutes after the net begins, and take it a little bit at a time, and then set up a course over at the Everglades Club and have you take the course, the test, and get you certified right there on the spot. So you've been listening to the W4SVI Everglades Amateur Radio Club Net. We've been reviewing Incident Command System, the IS 100C course, and I'd be interested in hearing any comments, suggestions, what you would like to, if you'd like me to move forward with this as we proceed through the weeks.
KJ4WW comment.
I'll take your comment after I check you in. Go ahead, Ken.
Very good. The 4 courses are still primary for those who want to stay registered with the various response teams and the civil entities, Coral Gables, Miami-Dade County, etc. I'd also like to suggest that everyone register with the Emergency Management Institute for the online courses. You have to sign up and get a registration authorization/student number, and once you have it, then you can return and take any number of the extension courses online that you wish. But now the student number is also required before you can go forward. I do not know if it's specifically required for the 4 specific ones in question. KJ4WW.
Ken, thanks for letting them know again. We reviewed that earlier on, and yet they need to get the student ID. You can take any of the courses, but in order to become certified and take the test to get your certificate, you have to provide that student ID number that you just mentioned. So you can take the course, but if you want to have some kind of evidence, you need to have that student ID so you can get your certificate.
As always, Steve, for everything you do.
Whoops, here we go. We'll take some additional check-ins. If there are none, then we'll close out the net. Please let me know your opinion, thoughts. You can mention them over the air, call me on the phone, send me an email. My phone number is 305-283-9241. That's 305-283-9241. And my email is staylor, and the number is 168@yahoo.com. staylor. The number is 168@yahoo.com. And I'm also an ICS instructor and get you certified in any of these courses that we just mentioned. Folks, nothing hurt, so thanks for tuning in. We may not have had the turnout that we normally get because we switched frequencies, but we'll be making sure we make the changes on the weekly reminders. I failed to follow through with that and only sent out a reminder at the last moment. So forgive me for that. Hopefully we'll get a bigger audience next week. But for those that tuned in and participated, thank you for that, and I hope you enjoyed the net. Again, my call sign is W1HQL. My name's Steve over here in Homestead, and we'll stay on the air for a few more minutes if anybody just wants to just chat about what's going on locally.
Yo, last minute check-in, Kilo Go 4, Quebec Lima Echo. There you go, Steve.
George, got you down. Thanks, man. How you doing?
I'm good. So, is Ultra staying in Homestead, or are they going back to the city? What's the word?
That's up to the city. It's all up to them. I heard they were backpedaling. What I mean by backpedaling is they're thinking twice now about rejecting it. And it sounds, that they may ask for it again.
report.
Oh, it's still up in the air. Let's come down the homestead. We're going to call it the Ultra PIA.
Check-in.
Hey, Harold. I got you down, man. Thanks. You okay?
Check-in.
K4AMR, W1H12. I got you down. I got you. Harold, you copy? It's W1H12. Can you copy me?
Roger, I copy you now. You copy me?
Yeah, you're kind of light in the repeater, but I got you down in the log.
Roger, I'm only on a handheld.
All right, copy. Are you at home?
QSL I am.
All right, copy. All right, man, thanks for checking in. I got you in the log.